Leagues has returned to Runescape after almost 2 years. This time, it's Trailblazer Reloaded. In the last league, I managed to pull off the Dragon Trophy, so I figured why not give it another crack. Leagues is basically Runescape on steroids, faster XP, increased drop rates, and a bunch of crazy relics that completely change the way you play the game. If you've never played a league before, I definitely recommend giving it a go. It's gonna be a blast. Let's get cracking. And we are in Leagues, the limited time game mode. Let's get going. This is going to be good. And that is our first task complete. Just opening up the menu, a nice little freebie for us. So this is one of the key mechanics of the Trailblazer Reloaded League, which made the original Trailblazer so popular as well. We're restricted to specific regions, starting with Misthalin and Karamja, and we can select up to 3 additional ones to go to. The Karamja that we're opening up now is just going to be the default one that everyone gets, and then we'll have to pick 3 later on. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do, but we'll work it out as we go along, I think. I did pull off the Dragon Trophy back in the Shattered Relics League, but I had a lot more time to play and spent a lot of time up front researching and sort of making a plan. This time, I'm coming in pretty blind, but it'll be refreshing to just have a change of pace and not take it so seriously. Have a bit of fun with it, which is what it's meant to be all about. And here we have the second big part of the leagues, which is all these relics. They give us incredible boosts to the games, and they just completely change. It's almost like playing on a RuneScape private server to some extent, but there's going to be a long time till we get to these ones, so let's have a look at what we can start with. Okay, so of the 3 starter relics, we've got Endless Harvest, Production Prodigy, and Trickster. Now, Endless Harvest and Production Prodigy have been in the leagues before. So our resources from fishing, woodcutting, mining, they'll go straight to the bank and just stack up, so you can pretty much AFK infinitely, and you'll get more XP while doing it, so it's a great one for AFK and long-term grind in the passive skills. So Production Prodigy is more about your processing skills, so think smithing, fletching, crafting. You can make a whole inventory of items at once, so that's obviously really good for a quick boost to those skills, and it can help you get items a bit faster. You also get a passive boost to some of the skills. So last but not least is the Trickster Relic, which is probably the one I'm going to go for, if only for the fact that it's brand new to Leagues and just something completely different, which would be a lot of fun to play around with. And that's, that's half the point of the League. Have a bit of fun and play the game. Otherwise, if I wanted to sweat it out, I would have been here from day one trying to get a high rank. Trickster gives us a bit of a boost to agility, thieving, hunter, and fire making, most notably allowing us to re-pickpocket, which basically means AFK thieving, which is pretty nice, as well as we can get passive agility XP just by running around the game while wearing these boots, so that'll be really helpful if we're not doing a lot of laps later on. And then the other big one is that we can lure our box trap monsters fast. So think chins and stuff like that, which means we can gather them. We never fail when we're trying to gather them. We can get them really quickly, use them for a bit of training and a bit of PVM if you want to as well. Not to mention we'll never fail any thieving, agility, and hunter tasks. So I think this is definitely the one we're going to go for. Like I said, something new, something a bit fresh and different, and almost as fresh as these new animations. There we go, second task for completing the league tutorial. So 2 down, 58 more to go to the next area. So that's the other key point of how the league works. It's the number of tasks completed to unlock new areas, but then the total number of points. So regardless of the number of tasks, you can just do a whole heap of high point tasks if you really wanted to unlock the next relic. So this is going to be our first little demonstration. Oh, there we go. We got a task straight away for, what was that? Pickpocket a citizen, and then another task for our first level up. Level 4 thieving already. And as you can see, look, I'm not clicking anything. It's just completely AFK thieving. Achieve our first level 5. Okay, that's 3 tasks in the space of about 10 seconds. That's oh, there we go, another one. Oh no, that's the task we just got. I can't keep track. This is actually a little bit hectic, and we're only about a minute into the league. So yeah, this is the joy of AFK thieving. If only we could do this in the real game. Something tells me we'll probably get another task in a second for level 10. Yep, there we go. Our first level 10. That's our 6th task done for the game. And with the Trickster Relic, you can actually hold triple the pouches, so we can go all the way up to 84. So I think we'll finish off our first 84 pouches and see where that leaves us. Okay, we've finished our 84 coin pouches. There's probably going to be a task. I think from memory, there's a task for opening like 28 of these at once as well. Yep, there we go. That was a league task that was in a previous league as well. So I just noticed we've got these fancy robes in our inventory, which I think are a reward from playing the previous Shattered Relics League. That looks pretty snazzy if I do say so myself. So there we go. We got our 30 agility. So you get passive agility experience just from running around the game. We've got limitless run energy. So technically you could just run around forever and build up your agility XP, but that would be a little bit silly. We're not going to do that. Now there's a task to dance in the graveyard. That's a little bit inappropriate. There we go, another task for catching a shrimp, and I think there'll be one for cooking it in a second, but we'll get to that after we get a couple more. One thing I should address is that there's no leagues icon next to my username down in the chat box. So I'm actually playing on my old main account, which at this point in time is not public, although maybe that'll be something for a future goal and reveal on the YouTube channel, we'll see. So don't try to get in touch with me via this username because it won't actually be me if there is someone out there with it. However, regular viewers of the channel would know that you're always welcome to reach out to the namesake account, which is JuicyBeet, the main ironman account we've got running a series on this channel, or you can jump into the JuicyBeet friend CC as well, where there's sometimes a few of us just hanging out and chatting. Okay, got ourselves a few shrimp, back into Lumbridge we go. Gonna chop ourselves a tree real quick to make a fire and cook these shrimp, and I'm sure there's definitely some tasks to do with chopping a few trees down. Yep, there we go. There's a league task for chopping some logs. And because of Trickster, we never fail that. We just do it instantly and burn some normal logs. Very nice. Now we need to actually burn one of these shrimps. So hopefully with our low cooking level... Oh, there we go. Burn some food. So we got cook a shrimp successfully and then also burn some food. So that's another 2 tasks complete. We are 13 tasks in already. I'm just going to run over here real quick and kill a goblin. So this is one advantage of starting a day late, I guess, is that there's a lot less contest, around the starting areas for all the activities and early game tasks going on. I don't have to fight with as many people to do what I want to do. Okay, there is a task for defeating a goblin. I'm going to just have a guess again that there's also a task for burying some bones. Very good. And there is another task here for milking the dairy cow. We might as well hang on to that bucket of milk, actually, because we'll be able to do cook's assistant eventually. Okay, so there's no task for killing a chicken, that's all good, but we're going to grab an egg while we're here. We can use that again for cook's assistant. Okay, another task which I just realized I forgot to do when I was here before was to enter Death's domain, so we'll just do that one quickly. Now, off the top of my head, the only task I can think of that I know is definitely one is to do some laps in Draenor Village. I'm sure there's plenty of other things that I've forgotten about. This is what happens when you're winging it though, so we're just going to head over to Draenor, and maybe I'll pull up the wiki on the side and just have a scroll through and see what else I can come up with. Okay, actually, before we go to Draenor, it just occurred to me that we have a Drayman staff in our inventory, and I'm looking at the quest list, and it does look like Lost City has been automatically completed. So we're going to quickly pop down to Zenaris, because there is a task to enter the city of Zenaris, so we might as well do that. And that is, oh, okay, it's also using a fairy ring was one as well. I didn't realize that. So it counts as 2 tasks in one. This passive agility XP is so fun. Like, look, we're already up to level 15 agility, and I literally haven't done a single bit of active training. What we're actually here to do is pickpocket a ham member, which will, there we go, be another, not a diary task. Now I'm getting my tasks mixed up. That'll be another leagues task. That's the one that we came here for. Oh, what the heck is all this? I had no idea this was going to be waiting for me. Shattered relics ornaments. Again, must be another reward or something carried over from the past leagues. We'll have to look into this a bit later. I don't know exactly what it is that I'm here to do, but I do know that I want to do the lap of the Draenor course because 100% there is a task for this one. It's been done so many times in the past leagues, so we're going to knock that out of the way. Awesome. There's an easy diary task, there is a leagues task, and there is an agility level. What more can you ask for? The massive dopamine rush of early game. Not just early game, it's super juiced up early game with bonus XP, bonus rewards, bonus challenges to complete. It's a good time to be playing RuneScape. And I tell you what, I must not be the only one who's thinking it's a good time to play RuneScape. Look at these leagues world. They're still all mostly over 1,000 players. And I am playing on the second day at 10 PM Australian time, which is not peak time for the US. So, oh, there we go. Our first level 20. I keep getting distracted. I can't even finish the sentence at the moment. As I was saying, it's not even close to peak time in the US or UK where I think the majority of players are. When I looked earlier, there was over 100,000 people still playing RuneScape, which I never see when I'm on at this time. If you're one of those many souls out there having a blast playing RuneScape at the moment, especially the leagues, then don't forget to drop a like on the video. It really helps me out and is greatly appreciated. And there we go. We finally found ourselves a Mark of Grace. It took 6 laps. There's a task. There is another task for doing 10 laps, so we're already halfway there. We might as well finish going with that, and then we'll do a couple other bits and pieces around Draenor and move on. Okay, that is our 10th lap and another task complete. The levels have been flying by so quickly, I haven't even bothered to pay attention, but we're up to, what is it, 27 agility now? Oh, okay, I'm not going to be mining that anytime soon, which is a shame because there's a task for Stardust, but there'll be plenty of time to get that in the future. I'm just going to quickly grab my forestry kit here. I have no idea what to do with it. I haven't used it since I haven't tried any forestry since it came out in the game, but I'm sure it'll come in handy at some point. We'll work out what to do with it later on. Hey, there we go. That was a little one that snuck up on me. 100 total level, another task complete. So what I'm doing just now is I'm just chopping my way around the Lumbridge forest here. Just trying to get the wood cutting level up to level 15, or actually to level 30 maybe, so that I can do willow logs, because there is a task for 100 willows, and I figured I might as well do it while I'm in Draenor, but we'll see how long it takes. Maybe I'll get bored and move on. Haha, who am I kidding? Who can get bored of getting pretty much a level per tree? That's 15 wood cutting down. We can move to oaks and oh, I completely forgot. There we go. That's our trickster in action. I completely forgot that we can actually like burn 9 logs at a time because of our trickster. So when we light a fire, there's going to be 9, there we go, 9 fires lit all the way around us. So we can like pretty much insta burn these inventories with our relic. And just like that, there we go. 20 fire making, oh, sorry, 19 fire making, I should say, out of the way. And we can swap to oaks. That is not an oak tree. What am I doing? So I died. Not exactly sure what happened. I mean, I was recording so I can look back, but I'm going to hazard a guess. It was probably the guard at the jail there. So, not exactly anything special happening right there, but, keeping me on my toes. It's the first episode of the Trailblazer League. Haven't even left Misthalin yet, and I've still managed to somehow die already. I don't know what the heck's wrong with me sometimes. What? Oh my, that cost me 500 coins as well. Life's tough right now. Okay, and there is a diary task for burning some oak logs. I didn't realize that was one. We're going to do this quiz master. I actually don't know if there's any task related towards doing the random events and that, but might as well give it a go and see what we can get. Okay, 1,000 coins, not a big deal since we can pretty much AFK pickpocket everything. So let's go for the mystery box and see what we can get. And okay, no, it looks like there's no task for doing a random event. Oh, I'll take an XP lamp though. Thank you very much. So it just occurred to me that I should stop messing around with this bronze axe. I could actually just go and buy a steel axe from Bob's Axes. And so I thought I'd take this opportunity to just show off the teleports we have. So each area has like sort of a central hub, if you will, like a location that you can go back to. So if we go in here, you can actually see there's a teleport to Misthalin and all the areas will be the same. So this acts like a home teleport of sorts and it'll just take us back. I think you get unlimited uses. You got a cool little fancy animation to go with it, which is very, very nice. And you'll see we end up back here in Lumbridge, right next to this sort of monument type thing, waystone, that's what it's called. Okay, got ourselves a steel axe. That should be much better now. Hey, we got 30 agility. That's our first level 30. That's a medium task, I think, actually, for 40 points. That was an actual task to chop a tree with a steel axe. So there we go. I'm glad we went and got that axe now. Not only has it sped things up, it got us another task complete. Hey, not this time, buddy. I am wise to your tricks now. You stay away. Thank you very much. And there we go, 30 wood cutting complete. We can now chop willow trees. So our next goal is to knock out chopping 100 willow trees and then burning 100 willow logs. Those will give us another couple of tasks. Okay, change of plans. It was taking way too long to get willow logs. Like it took almost a minute there just to get 2 logs. So I'm going to move on from that. I don't really feel like spending that long just on 2 little tasks. Instead, I'm going to work my way towards 15 fishing real quick so that I can fish an anchovy for that task. And then we'll leave Draenor, I think, and move on and do some other bits and pieces. And that is another task for successfully cooking 5 pieces of food. We are rolling on through. What are we up to, actually? 30 tasks to our next one, which means I think we've done 30 tasks in total, because I'm pretty sure it starts at 60. Okay, there we go. We finally got ourselves an anchovy. I'm not sure there's a task to cook that as well. We might as well give it a quick whirl. Why did I have to run all the way around the tree? Jagex, come on. Okay, I just checked the wiki actually, and there is no task for cooking an anchovy, so there's no point bothering with that. We're just going to cook up these last few shrimps and move on our way. Okay, speaking to the wise old man, we should be able to do a little task for him, which will give us a league task, a task within a task. We'll see what we can get. What did he ask for that? I was spamming way too quickly. 7 eggs, that's easy enough. We'll grab them and bring them back next time we're in Draenor. The in-game menu is actually really good these days, being able to just filter by all sort of tiers and types and regions, and you can also go to search for your task in here, and when you do search for a task, you get a little bit of a description of what you need to do. So it is actually very, very handy to have this in-game. The wiki is still an incredibly useful resource, but this is nice in a pinch. And there is another task as well, our crying in the wheat field. I'm not sure why that's a task. I think I'm missing a reference there, but we'll take it. Entering Draenor Manor, that's another task for us. And there's a task to get a chair in Draenor Manor to follow us as well. Okay, another task for chopping that random tree in the potato field at Lumbridge. And there is a task for making some flour, which we actually need for Cook's Assistant, but that's nice that we get an extra bonus task to go along with it. Okay, we've got ourselves our 7 eggs that we needed for Ned, so we can take those back to him next time we're in Draenor Village. Okay, Cook's Assistant complete. I thought that was a task, but apparently not, but I'm pretty sure there is a task to cook on that range. However, I unfortunately forgot to save anything that I could cook, I think. There's no raw fish, so we're going to have to grab some sardines next time we're back here. There we go, spin a ball of wool. These agility levels are starting to become a bit of a jump scare. I'm just not expecting them to show up at all. But it's good, I'm enjoying the free experience and the free levels. It's all part of the fun of playing leagues. And that is Sheep Shearer complete, which that one is a task, so another one off the hook, and 22 to go until our next area. Okay, there we go. We've given the white. Oh, that's actually a medium task. Very nice. I thought that was only going to be an easy task, so that's another one off the list, and I think there's one more thing in Draenor I want to do for now. And that is to insult Aggie, which I believe is calling her a mad old witch, which is, not a very nice thing to say. We lost some money. We shouldn't have brought that with us, and that's a task complete. And cooking some food on the Lumbridge range, not only has that actually given us another task, apparently that's enough points to get an next relic. I did not even realize we were that close. I was so focused on the number of tasks in the next area that I didn't even realize our points were cruising along. So yeah, that was actually 500 points on the spot. So now we can pick our next relic, which will be between Fairy's Flight and Globetrotter. Now, both of these are like a teleport type relic. The Fairy's Flight will give us an item which can take us to any fairy ring, spirit tree, or tool leprechaun in the game. So those are the leprechauns that like the farming patches. And Globetrotter, on the other hand, is essentially like a souped up jewelry box. So it's the maximum jewelry box teleports that you get from your play-owned house, plus a whole bunch of extra teleports from the portal nexus. So you can see there's a whole range of them across the game here, which is very, very nice to get. Okay, after sitting and thinking about it for a bit, I couldn't really decide, so I literally opened up the wiki. The wiki actually has a really nice map of both of these relics, and it shows all the teleports on the map. And, well, the Fairy's Flight one looked more colorful, so I think I'm going to go for that. I think it had a few more teleports. The one area it was lacking in was the wilderness, but I don't think I'm going to go to the wilderness area, so let's go with this one. Why not? I think we'll go with Fairy's Flight. The other one you pretty much get to see in the main game anyway with the Jeweler's Box, so this is something a little bit different. All right, we need to go to a bank to activate it. Let's just run over to the Sage. And let's try that again. There we go. That is our second relic unlocked. We get the little fairy mushroom, which will allow us to do all these teleports. And like I was about to say, this is another reason why I thought this one might be an interesting one to give a go, because we don't get anything like this in the main game that lets us teleport to all these locations. Globetrotter probably has a couple that get a bit closer to the bank, like Castle Wars and that, if you actually unlock those areas, but we do get the Grand Exchange teleport with the Spirit Tree, which is close enough to a bank and, very centralized for everything, so can't complain about that. Since we're in Varrock now, we might as well do a few tasks, so one of them is going to be to steal from this tea store. Okay, and by giving a cup of tea to Elsie up here in the church, she'll tell us a story, which should be another task. Whenever we can get through this story, there we go, another task complete. Oh, hello, I found the stray dog. Wait, no, come back. I just noticed him. We need to go pet this stray dog real quick, and that'll be a task, and then we're going to do a lap of this agility course. I'm actually just all over the place right now. Like I said, it's so fun having all these random things to do. I came over here to do the agility course, and then I got sidetracked because I was like, I need to get some GP pickpocketing this woman so that I can go make some planks at the sawmill, but then, oh, look, there's a stray dog. Gotta go pet the dog. I really was looking forward to Leagues coming out when it was finally announced that there was going to be another one this year. I had so much fun with them in the past, and I'm glad that it's still just as much fun to play now. And each time they're only getting better and better, so fingers crossed that the late game's also a blast on this one. There's another task for the Varrock rooftop course. 40 agility, and that is our first level 40 skill. I can't believe it's agility of all skills, but there is another medium task complete. And there we go, 10 laps of the Varrock rooftop course complete, which has given me a bit of time to plan out the last few tasks to get our next area unlocked, so let's smash them out real quick. Get ourselves a play-owned house. It's actually in Brimhaven because the normal location of Rimington is locked in Asgarnia. Rake a farming patch. Do a bit more pickpocketing to level 40 thieving so that we can get some GP to buy a battle staff. Equip the elemental battle staff for a task. Now that we've got 40 thieving, we can also pickpocket a guard for another task. And also opening enough pouches for 800 GP in one go is another task. We're just going to grab a knife and spade from the second floor of the Lumbridge General Store. We can use that knife now to actually fletch ourselves some arrow shafts. Okay, we can turn a log into a plank, which will be both a league task and a diary task. And then we're going to use our magic mushroom. Which one was it? I think it was Tool Leprechaun back to the Champions Guild. Head down to the mines and grab ourselves 10 tin ore for one more task, as well as 1 copper ore for yet another one. I'm not really sure why it's 10 tin and 1 copper, but that is what it is. Almost forgot one other task in Varrock, which is slashing this web in the sewers. One other random task we forgot was to trade 4 balls of wool for some rope from Ned in Draenor Village. That is a bronze bar smelted, and that leaves us with one more task to go until our next area. What should we do for this task? Plenty of choices to choose from, actually. I've got the perfect idea actually for our last task to get our next area unlocked, and that is to enter our home portal, home sweet home for the next couple of months in the league. There we go. That is 60 tasks complete. New area can be unlocked and the world is our oyster. So many choices to choose from. I have no idea what I want to do. So I'm not a super heavy PVM kind of guy, and I know for a fact already that I'm going to rule out Mauritania just because Theatre of Blood. Kurand would be nice, and it's a bit of a throwback to the first Twisted Leagues, but again, like Chambers of Xeric is such a significant portion of the points there that I don't think I can bring myself to do it. I'm thinking maybe Desert Asgani or Kandarin to start. Asgani has things like God Wars Dungeon and Piety if I choose to go melee. Kandarin's just pretty good all around for some general mid-game content. And Desert I actually played in the first Trailblazer League, so I know it has a lot of easy points, and now it has even more points than it did in the past because there's more content like Giants Foundry, Temperos, and of course Raids 3. I know I said I'm not a big PVM guy, but Raids 3 is actually meant to be the easiest one to get into out of all of them, and I haven't done it yet, so maybe that's one to go for, and that can be my little bit of PVM challenge towards the end of the league. I don't know, maybe I'll sleep on it. Let me know in the comments below. What are your favorite routes and what are you planning to do in this leagues? Not exactly the turbo progress that you'll see from some of your other favorite full-time YouTubers out there and content creators, unlocking half a dozen relics in a day in a couple of areas, but that's what this channel has always been about. Just the slow and steady everyday progress of your average bloke, playing a bit of RuneScape on the side and just having some fun with the journey. If you do enjoy the leagues content, don't forget to drop a like. It really helps me out as always. It's greatly appreciated. And until next time, have a good one, guys. See ya.